Michael Shikha Niketan Higher Secondary Government-sponsored co-ed English medium school has taken an excellent initiative of teaching and make our students learn day-to-day lessons through audio and video in our YouTube channel. Teachers of all the subjects are working hard to enhance these online classes in the midst of this pandemic situation. It is a request to all the teachers, students and guardians to click the bell icon and subscribe our channel.
Welcome back in another video segments of your class 9th video, and the subject is history and the chapter is lesson 4 and the topic is industrial revolution, on which time colonialism and imperialism. Industrial revolution on colonialism and imperialism. Okay, so as the word industry, we know what is the meaning of industry. Industry is related to the word of factory or industries, right? So with the revolution or emergence of factories led to industrialization. So now we shall be learning about industrial revolution or industrializations on which parts. So first on colonial countries and on imperialistic countries. In class 8 you have read about what were colonialism and what is imperialism. Okay. So which countries said to be colonial? The colonial countries said to be those countries who are having their natural resources but they don't have the ability or money or finances to use the natural resources. And imperialistic countries are those who have finances, money, but they don't have the natural resources to follow it up. So we shall be learning about industrial revolution based on colonialistic countries and imperialistic countries. Imperialistic countries will suffer money or finances, and colonialistic countries will give raw materials. Okay, so let's start. Check out your page number 72 in your textbook. We shall be discussing few introductory parts. Page number 72. So in the first page or in the first point number 1, it has been said that what was the industrial revolution. So before going through the lessons and all, we have to understand what is industrial revolution. So the outcome, as before the coming of industrial revolution or before the phase of industrial revolution, people used to work. It means laborers used to work in factories, but that particular the emergence or the substitution of laborers into machines said to be industrial revolution. I repeat, the substitution of laborers working in factories increasing rather than the increasing of machines in the factories said to be a industrial revolution. So this is industrial revolution. I hope it is clear now. Now point 2. When did the industrial revolution take place? So here there were no any prominent date been mentioned in your international relations history that when did the industrial revolution started or the industrial revolution took place. But there are some instances or some article based knowledge which has been said that from this era or from this century might be the emergence of industrial revolution happened. Okay. So in the last 4 lines, or not even last one, let's read this point 2. I am reading it, listen to me. There is no agreed opinion as regards the starting point of the industrial revolution. Toynbee, for example, took the starting point as 1760 when there was the industrial revolution in England. Professor Neff, an American historian, on the other hand, is not in favor of fixing any time or particular year for the Industrial Revolution. Neff regarded the phenomenon the result of a continuous process since long time back. Phyllis Den has pointed out that the current convention is the date the first industrial revolution from 1780 happened. Okay. Now point number 3. Which were the locations of the industrial revolution? So in particular, in which locations the industry started? Okay, so it has been said the first after the Napoleonic Wars or after the constant wars of Napoleon, or the continental Europe or the continental Asia, the revelation of Napoleonic War has been started. But according to the inscriptions or according to the articles, it has been said that the first industrial revolution took place in England. Okay, took place in England, and simultaneously the work process of Belgium, France, and so on we shall be reading. So I am reading this point number 3 in page number 72. Industrial revolution first made its appearance in England. Big mills and factories were established where necessary goods of daily use were produced for the markets. By 19th century, England became as it were the workshop of the world. As the countries of continental Europe came to depend on England for the necessaries of life, they could no longer afford to remain content with agriculture and cottage industry anymore. The danger of depending on England solely for necessary goods revealed itself during the Napoleonic Wars. Napoleon Bonaparte besieged countries in real trouble. However, after the fall of Napoleon Bonaparte, various countries of Europe began their respective industrial headways. Okay, so let's concentrate in page number 73 in your textbook. We shall be knowing about how the industrial revolution in Belgium, France, Germany, Russia overcame after the Napoleonic Wars. So no European country even attempted to follow in England's footsteps till the end of the Napoleonic era. Almost immediately after the fall of the Belgium undertook a movement of industrialization with the indirect help of England. However, it was not before 1830 that the movement gained momentum. Thereafter, it speeded up so sharply that by 1817, Belgium became the most industrialized nation. Next is France. B. The industrialization started rather late in France. Socio-economic and political disorder due to the revolution and the Napoleonic warfare acted as a major hindrance to industrialization. Napoleon, however, made a determined effort to build up industry in France. His industrial efforts included foundation of technical schools, advancing government loans to the manufacturers, etc. It may be said that the support and encouragement that Napoleon had given, however, served the basis on which the edifice of French industrialization was built at a later date. The real beginning of large-scale industry in Headway. In 1832, railway construction commenced. Bank of France, established by Napoleon, also helped the process of industrialization by a liberal credit policy. An important feature, next page, an important feature of industrialization in France was its rapid progress. After its real beginning in 1830, France was second only to England so far as export of industrial products is concerned. The French manufacturers tended to excel in quality rather than in quantity. Okay, the next is Germany. As Germany remained divided into a number of small states, it is very difficult to fix the precise date when industrial revolution began there. The greatest handicap in her industrialization was the political disunity. It must, however, be pointed out that Prussia was much advanced industrially compared to those states of Germany that were under the Napoleonic Empire. The real beginning of industrial revolution in Germany began only after she attained her unity in 1870. Despite her uneven growth due to political reason, a unified Germany for outdistanced France after 1870. The Industrial Revolution, Russia. Now we are concentrating on Russia. The Industrial Revolution of England had some impact on Russia during the mid-19th century. In 1852, the first railway line was completed between Moscow and St. Petersburg. But the real beginning of industry in Russia dates from the reign of the Tsar Alexander II. In fact, the Emancipation Statute of 1861 that freed the serfs from feudal bondage created an atmosphere in which industry could flourish. Under the Tsar Alexander III, coal fields and iron mines began to be extensively worked. So here we are seeing that after the Industrial Revolution of England, simultaneously the process of industrialization slowly emerged from one state or one country to the another. So if England is emerging as an industrial revolution, then the impact of industrialization on England had fallen on France, then France, Belgium, France, Germany and Russia. So simultaneously the industrial revolution was falling impact and they were helping other countries to be on the competitive list of industrialization. Fine. Now page number 75. Page number 75. Okay. Comparative discussion on industrial revolution in England and continent. So here we shall be learning about the comparison on the discussion on the comparison based on industrial revolution in England and with the continent. Okay. After the restoration of peace in Europe in 1815, machine production was extended to the continent. At the initial stage, the English capital financed the industrial enterprises in the continent and English engineers supplied the necessary technological knowledge. This may be illustrated by examples. Shortly after the introduction of railway in England, the Belgian Parliament adopted a plan for construction of railways. The plan was drawn up by the English engineer George Stephenson. Moreover, the project was implemented with the capital made available by the England as a loan. An important aspect of industrialization in France was the role of the French government. While in England, the Industrial Revolution had been the work of the capitalist class, in France, industrialization was achieved mainly through government initiative. In fact, in the construction of railways, the required capital was made available by the government. In Germany as well, the railway was built with the additional aid of English capital. However, in Germany, unlike England, Belgium, France, railway construction preceded the real beginning of industrialization. Most important feature of industrialization in Russia was that the industries were mostly established with the aid of foreign capital. According to one estimate, by 1914, some 2000 millions of rubles, that is Russian currency, of foreign capital had been invested in Russia. This absolute dependence on foreign capital for industrial remained a major source of weakness in Russian industrialization. So, as we are reading, we have read this part, there is a discussions on the comparison of industrial revolution with England and the continent. I hope you have listened to me very carefully. We shall be continuing in the next part of your next page, that is page number 76. Please go through your textbook, and for further information go through your online YouTube classes, and please do all the kind of model activity tasks which have been provided by the teacher. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thanks for watching. Leave a like and comment. Subscribe. And do share the video among your friends.